Hello everyone! It is Miata Day on the channel today. I've got a few different things that I'm going to toss into the Miata today, and I thought about making these all different videos, and then I decided, forget that. It's all going to be one video, and here it is. Let me go ahead and show you what it is we're going to throw in. First up, new lights for the gauge cluster. The odometer light on my gauge cluster is currently not working, and I decided, let's just throw in all new lights. Next up, hood strut, so I don't have to use the metal rod to hold the hood up anymore. Next up, we've got pedals. I've had this car for how many years now, and I've never bothered to put fancy sport pedals in it. Until now, of course. Inside this box, we've got a new gas cap to replace my damaged one. And finally, washer fluid bottle. This will relocate where the washer fluid goes and also replace the plastic tank with one that looks much better. Now, where should we start? Let's start with the gas door. Probably gonna be the easiest one. Look how good that looks. I almost don't want to touch it and get my fingerprints all over it. That's closed. Aha! And the first mod is done, and look at how good that looks. Only thing is, it's going to annoy me getting my fingerprints all over this, and I'm gonna feel the need to clean it constantly because having this dirty is going to really piss me off. But it still looks better than the damaged gas door that I had on there before. Speaking of damaged stuff, it's been, what, over 6 years since the accident, and I still haven't replaced my all bondoed up trunk that was ruined. I just keep putting it off, but I will get to replacing this because it just looks absolutely terrible. Anyway, that's number one, and that's done. Right, let's go to the interior next, and we'll start with these pedals. These are the stock pedals we're working with, and now let's get these out of the box. There's the gas pedal. 1, 2 for brake and clutch. These must be some instructions. We don't need those. Screws and a dead pedal. Oh yeah, that is going to look so much better to what we've got going on over here. Now for the gas pedal, it's not just gonna slip on. There's a couple screws that we're gonna use to hold it in place. And we don't have to drill anything because there's already holes in the gas pedal, and the screws are just gonna go through this one and then one in the top corner. And now for the last one, the dead pedal. Side note, I am gonna have to fix the carpet because it does keep popping out. The dead pedal is all one piece, and we are gonna have to drill 3 holes into it, but that's okay. People usually subscribe to the motto of measure twice and cut once, but I say measure 0 times and cut once and live with the consequences of it. Oh, I just realized my dead pedal's broken there, and there's nothing holding it at the bottom. I could just rip it out of the car. It's still partly coming. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, I guess it's easier to do it outside the car anyway. Let's get this broken piece out of here. I'm actually not sure when or how this happened, but oh well. Let's throw in the dead pedal. All right, and there it is. Well, not really. I'm gonna go to the hardware store and get a couple nuts and washers to fix that. Well, that's more or less done and looks much better than that. And one trip to the hardware store later, and the dead pedal is now fully secured. not gonna go anywhere. And that's the pedal installed done. And that means next up, gauge cluster lights. This is what we're working with right now. There they are. Looks pretty good. Only problem, the odometer light doesn't work. I can't see the mileage. And I figured since that light's gonna have to get replaced, I might as well change the whole cluster and change up the look a little bit. All right. Come on, get out of there. All right. Not the most elegant gauge cluster removal I've ever done, but it's out. We're replacing 4 of the main bulbs and then 1 here for the odometer. All right, let's start taking these bulbs out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's test the lights. Show me the lights. Haha, my gauges are blue now. I'm a bit hit or miss on if I like this more than the red. I think I like it. I will say though, I can tell immediately where the bulbs are because there's these bright spots here. It's not quite as bad actually looking at it versus looking at it on the camera screen, but it's definitely there and I can definitely see it. Also, the odometer light's still not on, but let me get the key and I think that'll come on once I turn the car on. Okay. Oh, hello windshield wipers. Okay, we have no light from the odometer bulb. Why? Maybe it's something with polarity? Let me pull that bulb and try again. Okay, I flipped it. Aha, there we go. Okay, much better. That's what I'm looking for. All right, fantastic. Now let's put everything back together. Two installs to go, both under the hood. All right, let's get this new washer bottle installed. We have some bolts, wires, electrical connectors. So this new washer fluid bottle is gonna sit kind of around here and get bolted in over here and over here. Before we bolt that in though, gonna have to remove this one and then remove the pump so I can put it in the new one. Now we can pop it into the new unit. There we go. And I think the pump should actually be sideways like this. Otherwise, where you connect the hose here would just run into the firewall. I've got the hose connected. It's very long, of course, but this is just to test it. I've put some water in it. Now let's see if it works. There we go. It sprays water. Excellent. So now I'll cut the hose to a more reasonable length, zip tie it in place, and then that's done. Rightio everyone, we are down to the last install, and that is going to be the hood strut. So here's everything that comes with it, and they mention everything except how to install the cruise control relocation bracket. They just mention it here, but they don't actually tell you how to install it. So the bracket, I assume, is this one, and I'm not entirely sure where this is supposed to go on here, but we'll remove some bolts and figure it out, I guess. So I think that this is how the bracket's supposed to go on. Mounting it to this hole was too high, and it couldn't be mounted to that stud down there because the bracket wouldn't sit flat, and it was hitting everything over here. So I assume it's meant to go into this hole, and I just fed a bolt through the bottom and bolted it down there. So we'll throw brackets on. One goes there, one attaches to the hood, and then that should be it. It's in there, so now we will take the prop rod out, see if it holds. All right, there we go. Looks like it's gonna make it past. Oh, okay. It's hitting something. Oh, and it's hitting something really bad. Hood does not want to close more than that. That's not normal. Okay, well, it has fallen out. What manner of thing has just happened by me trying to close that? All right, I fixed it. So it turns out the cruise control is supposed to go here, and I had it bolted down there. And I also had to take off the bracket for this diagnosis port, which I don't think I've ever used, even once. And I'm just gonna tuck it in there because I have no idea where else to put it. But after all that, the hood now closes. It's so nice opening the hood and not having to reach for the prop rod anymore. That is going to wrap it up for the Miata today. Thank you everyone so much for joining me and watching me do a few new updates to the car, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.